Matt Walch, DailyWire. This is for you. 2200 hours 3 and 2200 hours 4 November 2005 WBAY News broadcast a 1999 6P3 deep jewel green pearl, associating it with Teresa Marie Halbach. 10:20 hours 5 November of 2005. Kristy, Jolene, Sherry, Aubrey, and Trinity found a 1999 6P3 deep jewel green pearl on the southwest corner of Avery Salvage Yard. They found Teresa's vehicle, just like the one you see here. 5 girlfriends. Now, you got 5 girlfriends. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Each one of them will get up on the stand in a court of law and state that Teresa's vehicle was the exact same make, model, and color as WBAY 2 news broadcast. What's the problem? Found Teresa's vehicle. They've seen her in it. They've ridden in it. They know that vehicle. Pam and Nicole never seen it in their life. Never seen Teresa with it in their life. Okay. So I think the 5 girlfriends know what Teresa's vehicle looks like. But we're having a problem over here with Pam and Nicole. See? So when the 5 girls, recognize Teresa's vehicle, they recognize that that is Teresa's vehicle. So, 10:20 hours, 5 November 2005, Pam and Nicole Strum found a 1999 to a 2000 760 Toyota Mystic Teal Mica RAV-four with the K95 features on the southeast corner of Avery Salvage Yard. They found not Teresa's vehicle. They found a blue vehicle, not the dark green. Mystic Teal does not go dark green. See, Mystic Teal can sometimes in the light look this color, or sometimes in the light looks that color, but they don't look dark green, okay? It doesn't go to dark green. That's out of the question. Now, here's the other one. 13 December 2005, Riddle, fingerprint examiner, Wisconsin State Crime Lab, processed a 1998 Toyota 8L5 Sapphire Pearl RAV-four for fingerprints. That's what he wrote down. Now, he wrote down in 1998 blue. That's what it is, 98. Okay? That's the only blue in the 1998 color spectrum. So, Pam Strum found a Toyota, but it was, for all intents and purposes, blue, not dark green. 760 Mystic Teal Mica is blue. But 80, it's blue. This is driving green, 6P3. This is blue, green, blue, green, blue, green, blue. This one's even another one. So their process, Stephen Avery is convicted on a vehicle that is decidedly way more blue. Teresa drove a 6P3. Pam and Nicole found a 760 with K95 features. And the fingerprint people, Michael T. Riddle, wrote down they processed 805. See, what happens, a court is not satisfied. Teresa's vehicle is green. Teresa's vehicle is blue. Guilty. How do you do that? How do you do that, Matt? More importantly, how does Brendan do that? Did Brendan find the Teresa's actual vehicle? Did Brendan switch Teresa's actual vehicle? Have another vehicle on the property with Teresa's vehicle? You know, that was all marked up. And did Brendan make sure that there was a 805 Sapphire Pearl sent to the Wisconsin Crime Lab? You know, did Brendan do these things? No, Brendan didn't do these things. Other people did these things. So how is the heck in America that you are convicted starting out with a 6P3 Deep Jewel Green, going to a 760 Mystic Teal Mica, and ended up with an 805 Sapphire Pearl? How do you do that and get convicted because all three of them are the same vehicle? As a matter of fact, the one down in the Wisconsin State Crime Lab, not this one, is another K95. So there's a K95 outside, and there's one inside. But yet, Teresa's vehicle at the Voyager Park, yeah, it's external mirror housing is green. Her door handles are green in the photo that she's standing in front of. But Stephen Avery is convicted on vehicles that have black housing and black door handles. They're distinctly not the same vehicles. And these are, what happened is that nobody uses the color code. It's just green. It's bluish green. It's blue. Just, that's it? No. Teresa's RAV-4. That's the laziest you can possibly get. No. Her car. Her car is the laziest you can get. What I've done is the most laser, most specific language you use. Not just her car. Just her car. Teresa's dead. Stephen did it. Brendan's guilty as hell. You know? What's the difference between you and, okay, Candace, what's the difference between you and Nancy Grace? Candace Owens is basically the black version of Nancy Grace, just a nasty bitch. And then all of you guys sitting around together, yeah, you're dumber than the View. Because you don't know what you're talking about. I'm explaining to you what you're talking about. I've made statements in the past that Teresa was driving a 6P3 1998. Well, there's 1998, but it's blue and it ends up being Sapphire Pearl. Okay? See, if you're not up with the case, then I'll slip one in you. And I'll come by and I'll say the reason why that isn't the way that is. It doesn't matter. You know why? Because Final Draft just takes care of it all. It doesn't matter what I say. It'll take. Well, Rick, you said over here that Teresa's driving in 1998. You don't know. Well, the only thing that we got to go by is the first two initial reports. Okay? That's basically it. But there's two things you need to take away from this conversation. One is cops need to write down color codes. They can't just say blue, green, red, orange, whatever. No. They have to write down color codes so we don't have stupid stuff like this. One. Had they wrote down color codes, we wouldn't be here. We would. This would not have existed. If we go back and go over it and just every time they say green or blue or whatever, just write down what it is. Now, the other thing is that what are you going to do, Candace? What are you going to do, Ben? What are you going to do, Matt? What are you going to do, DailyWire? I have brought to you specific, precision language and explained it to you in the most concise manner possible. Okay? That makes sense. And here you are. You're all convicted murderer, and you got your ass in a sling, and come to find out, well, no, it's not her car. It's a little bit more entailed, A little bit more entailed. Now, if you're using all these different vehicles in there, then Teresa's dead. Well, wait a minute. How did Teresa get dead if all this is happening and Brendan and Stephen didn't do any of it? And it's a whole made-up fairy tale. Well, yeah, damn. Teresa Marie Halbach might still be alive. Oh, okay. See? Now what about Stephen and Brendan? Yeah. They're sitting in jail. They didn't do this. They didn't put a Sapphire Pearl in Wisconsin State Crime Lab. They didn't do that. You know what I'm telling you to do? Matt and everybody else, anybody that hears me, you know what I'm telling you to do? Pick up the phone, make an appointment to go to any Mica, any Toyota dealership, any place that deals in paint, your local paint store, Ace Hardware. I don't care. But you take this information, proper document, which is that warrant, and take it to your preferred professional. Don't believe me. And go check it out for yourself. Now, anytime that I'm sitting there saying, you know what, you could check eye information out with anybody you so choose. Your favorite doctor, right? Well, your favorite car dealership. Take a Toyota car dealership. Go talk to Bob at Lemieux. They won't do that because they know. They know what I'm saying is true. So is what I'm saying true? Of course it is. I wouldn't be telling you this. Okay? But don't take my word for it. Go check it out. Now, do you see Kathleen T. Zellner doing that? Hey, Zellner, why don't you put out a casting call? And Zellner knows this. Why do you think Zellner bought a Sapphire Pearl? She bought that, knowing full well that Teresa was broadcast on WBAY News, a 6P3 Deep Joe Green, 1999. What does she go buy? She buys what the fingerprint dude come up with at the Wisconsin State Crime Lab, a Sapphire Pearl. Why is she driving a Sapphire Pearl? And just like you see the one here, which is all green, doesn't matter if it's 6P3, it's just greening up, right? But it's all green. And over here, Kathleen T. Zellner has black bumpers, and siding, and hardware. It's just like a conglomerate of a bunch of different vehicles. Okay? So she's got the two-tone version of the Sapphire Pearl. So you know what we have in this case? We got messed up stuff. That's what. So, Matt, how did Brendan accomplish this part of the crime? Answer me that. Well, since you figured out by now, oops, that you're going down the wrong road with this convicted and murderer crap, And maybe you might want to start thinking about, we need to produce our own series. You know? How many RAVs you got involved? More than 3.